BYD named their car in China after the dynasties. Not
Oh
the
yeah, they got
complete
the
shit.
they got the Tang.
The Tang, the Han, the Ming,
Yeah.
and the Yuan. Basically, the greatest ones are gonna give it the greatest dynasties lah. The Han dynasty is like the shit lah.
Will there be a CCP dynasty in it?
I think you have to wait a few hundred years. The Han dynasty is the shit. The Tang is the absolute pinnacle. So the Tang goes to the SUV, right?
Yeah.
The Han is the Model S fighter,
Yeah, correct.
right? So these two are the shit lah.
Yeah.
So the Yuan is in Chinese history was a little bit shit. But it's not the shittiest.
Okay.
It's a little bit like it's like 2.5 tier down lah.
So they really rank their models based on the dynasties
because the
performance.
Chinese rank their dynasty is like
I think you need to do a tier list for for dynasty.
the top is Han and Tang. Han is equivalent to Rome at its height, and in fact both are exactly the same time.
Right.
At exactly the same time, exactly the same level of development. In fact, I think Han is GDP wise a little bit higher than Rome. 400 plus years of Han.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tang is
absolute height of Chinese civilization.
Okay.
60% world GDP. That means one country.
Wow.
60% world GDP. Absolute height, nothing come close. They're just not very good at fighting. And that lasted from what 700 to about year 1000, give or take. So 300 plus years of so-called, if you play Civilization 6, it's called Golden Ages. So the Han and the Tang are the absolute Golden Age, the highest. The second tier Golden Ages are Song and Ming are the so-called second tier. Tier A, the two just now is S. Tier B is like Qing Dynasty, the last dynasty. So they had a glory first part, the second part is just shit. so you have to balance it out. Yuan, the Chinese don't look up to it very much, but the Westerners look up to it.
Okay.
Because I realized that the West interpret Chinese, then the West is obsessed with the Mongols and Genghis Khan and this and that. But the Chinese don't remember him when he didn't manage to hold China. It's like, to the Chinese, like, dude, other barbarians at least managed to conquer and hold China much longer than you guys did. You managed to hold it for less than 60 years. The Yuan is actually a Mongol dynasty.
Right.
So because the Mongol dynasty, the empire was big, so they cut it into 4 parts.
Right.
You have the 4 Khanates. The biggest Khanate and the most important Khanate is the Yuan.
Okay.
So the Atto is actually the Yuan. There are tiers below that. Those are those that fail to unite China. So that's why the CCP has this insecurity. I cannot let Taiwan not come back. Because economically, CCP now is a rank B. It's not even rank A, it's a rank B. Because they are only at 20%. If you look at the rank B, which is the Song and the Ming, they were 30% world GDP share. A lot of people don't realize this, is that actually CCP is very insecure because as far as Chinese history goes, they are not the shit, bro. Not yet the shit.
Give me a summary of tier B, tier C.
Qing would be a tier
B
lah. I would say the Yuan would be a tier B. Maybe B to C, somewhere around that, because it's very short. Other than that, you have the early ones, the Bronze Age one, the Shang, which is very long. Those are very long dynasty. They were pretty successful for their age. It's just that they were not that great. Then at the bottom, you have those that never successfully unite China. So that's why CCP, in their mind, they don't want to be ranked there. Because if you fail to unite China, meaning that you never achieve even a rank C. So in terms of economy, you look at CCP now is like a rank B. Military-wise, I think they're also rank B because Han was badass, man. The Greek city-state of Alexandria Ashkate refused to sell horses and insulted the Chinese ambassador by chopping his head off and hang it on the city wall. Han Wuti just said, I want that civilization wiped off. And he wiped it off. That was that level of badass lah. So I would say CCP is not there. In terms of unity, they are almost there. You just have a small little island. I would say they are ranked B. So overall, they are ranked B. Internally, for the Chinese, there is a historical perspective that I think the West completely doesn't realize. Chip war is something very recent. It's not something ingrained. So that was not the linchpin. The linchpin was the cultural context, rather than anything else. But in the defense of CCP, there is another factor. You have to understand. If you look at the Tang and the Han dynasty, at that time, America doesn't exist. So you have a lot less competition. So they reach 30%, 50, 60% quite easily. There is one difference, is that you want to have a higher GDP, your population has to grow. So in a way, your output is commensurate to your population.
There's no multiplier effect.
No, like until the Industrial Revolution, which is the bus that the Chinese miss through their arrogance shut the world. I don't want to listen. I don't care. You stupid shit. I don't want to trade with you. And a small little country like UK, which in the eyes of China, it is small. You have what? A population of 10 million? What the heck? I have 10 million soldiers.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? That 10 million is multiplied because of industrialization. So the GDP, yeah. But again, you know, from a mercantile society, you go into a capitalistic society, it has this issue which even Karl Marx himself noticed, which is now we treat as normal, but he already noticed the problems that exist with a capitalist society. It's just that today we normalize it like it's okay, what, this is normal. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?